We want to get more now from CBS News political analyst John Dickerson in Washington. Good morning, John.
Good morning, Harry.
I watched this debate on C-SPAN last night. I'm very curious to know what you think of what happened.
Well, I watched it as well. Clearly, there were two different philosophies on display. Harry Reid was talking about the things he'd brought home to Nevada, and Sharon Angle was saying, you know, a senator's job is not to bring jobs home, but to create the environment for jobs, pushing her limited government argument. But neither one of these candidates did a very good job in the debate. They were sort of confusing at times. Their talking points came out in this staccato kind of sentences seemed to be missing. It was not a great showing by either candidate.
And especially if you're the Senate Majority Leader, you're a guy who's been in this business forever and ever and ever. It seems to me Harry Reid did not do himself any favors last night.
Well, you know, people used to joke about Bob Dole, who was the Majority Leader of the Senate, that he was just stuck in the Senate. He would talk about the procedures of the Senate, and Harry Reid had a lot of that last night. He was talking in jargony phrases, naming bills that were in Washington. He clearly is, and has always said, he's not a great public speaker, but if Sharon Angle was trying to paint him as a captive of Washington, he was also helping the case by behaving like a captive of Washington.
He was carrying the bucket and the paintbrush. What if he loses?
Well, if he loses, it's a huge blow for Democrats. This is the most important target for Republicans out there. Then the question is whether the Democrats lose all of the Senate. If he loses and the Democrats keep control, then there will be a very interesting fight for who the new majority leader will be among the Democrats. But if he also loses, this will be a huge boost for the Tea Party, which is backing Sharon Angle.
Yeah, let's talk about the Tea Party some more. Christine O'Donnell had her debate a couple of nights ago down in Delaware, and she's basically said, I don't need the Republican Party. She went on Hannity yesterday, said, I'm in a fight with these guys, and she's getting all kinds of, let's call it, unorthodox support in her run down there.
Well, she's down, according to the polls, by quite a big margin, 19 points, I think, in one of them. And so this race is so different than the Angle race, which is so close, neck and neck. So what's happening now, though, is O'Donnell is kind of lashing out. She said, according to Howard Fineman of the Huffington Post, that she has Sean Hannity in her pocket and can use him to beat up on establishment Republicans. You talk to those establishment Republicans here, and they say she is just out of control. And the problem is, it's not just that she'll lose quietly, but that she's going to take down the establishment in the process, or at least is threatening to.
Very interesting. The other thing we want to talk about very quickly is the First Lady has been on the campaign trail, and is Mrs. Obama's star power enough to bolster the candidate she's been out trying to support?
No, or if it is, it's just at the margin, and this is an attempt to get some Democrats out who are lackluster in their support. But a lot of these candidates are in trouble because it's a very bad economy, and there's nothing she can do to make that any better.
Very interesting. With just a couple weeks to go until Election Day, John Dickerson, as always, appreciate your expertise.
Thanks, Harry.
All right.